What if I told you there's a way to remember everything you study? Not just for the next test, but for good. Imagine walking into an exam feeling calm. You're not frantically trying to recall a formula or a date. Instead, the answers just flow. You feel confident. You feel prepared. This isn't a superpower. It's not about being born a genius. It's not about having a photographic memory. The difference between forgetting and remembering often comes down to one simple thing: a routine, a specific daily set of actions that transforms how your brain processes and stores information. It's a method students in Japan have quietly perfected. It turns study sessions from a chore into a powerful memory-building exercise. You've probably been there. You spend hours, maybe even all night, staring at a textbook. You highlight pages until they are glowing neon yellow. You read your notes over and over, hoping the words will magically stick. But when the test paper is in front of you, your mind goes blank. It's frustrating. It feels like all that hard work was for nothing. You start to wonder if you're just not smart enough. But what if the problem isn't you? What if the problem is the way you're studying? What if there was a better, more efficient system that could change everything for you? Today, we pull back the curtain on this exact system. We're not talking about vague tips like study more, try harder. We'll explore a concrete, step-by-step daily routine. This routine doesn't just help you pass a class. It helps you truly understand and retain what you learn long-term. It's a complete shift in approach. We'll unpack the story of a student who went from struggling to succeeding, not by gaining intelligence, but by adopting a new set of habits. This simple, consistent structure unlocks your brain's full potential. It's an unfair advantage available to anyone willing to try it. If you're ready to stop forgetting and start remembering, you're in the right place. This video gives you the complete blueprint. If you want more powerful study routines that are proven to boost your memory and sharpen your focus, hit that subscribe button right now. It's the first small habit you can build. Like this video if you've ever wished for better recall during an exam. It tells us to make more content like this. Save it so you can come back right before your next big study session. Let's get started. The story we're about to dive into isn't about a prodigy. It's about an ordinary Japanese student. Let's call her Akari. Akari wasn't at the top of her class. She often felt like she was falling behind. She put in the hours, but her grades didn't reflect her effort. She watched classmates succeed and wondered why. She believed memory was a gift. You either had it, or you didn't. She thought she didn't. Then something changed. She didn't get a new brain. She discovered a system. This is the core idea. The difference maker isn't raw talent or IQ. It's consistency. It's having a system. Think of learning like building a house. You can't just throw a pile of bricks on the ground. You need a blueprint. You need a foundation. You need a process where each step builds on the last. Your memory works the same way. Without structure, facts are a jumbled pile. With a system, each piece has a place to go. Solid, stable, easy to find. This routine is that blueprint. A collection of small, manageable habits. Habits that work with your brain, not against it. We'll show how Akari structured her day. Waking up, study blocks, breaks, and sleep. Focused study blocks, smart breaks. A simple evening ritual. Tiny adjustments, not massive changes. Combined, they became a powerful engine for learning. We'll break down every component. By the end, you'll have an actionable plan to start tonight. This is a practical guide, not just a story. The payoff is the secret. A daily routine that makes study facts unforgettable. Turn on notifications. You won't want to miss the next video on upgrading your brain. Let's uncover the first part of this routine now. Akari's story begins in a small apartment in Kyoto, where the pressure to succeed felt as tangible as the city's humid summer air. Every morning, she would wake up before sunrise, the faint light barely illuminating the stacks of textbooks on her desk. She was a diligent student, the kind who never missed a class, whose notes were filled with pages of meticulous handwriting. Yet, despite her exhaustive efforts, her exam results were consistently average. She would spend entire weekends locked in her room, rereading chapters and highlighting passages until the pages were a blur of yellow ink, pink ink. It was a cycle of intense effort, followed by crushing disappointment. Her parents were supportive. She could see the silent worry in their eyes. Her friends, who seemed to grasp concepts with ease, would try to offer advice. Just relax, maybe you're trying too hard. Akari felt a growing sense of isolation. It wasn't just about grades anymore, it was about her own self-worth. She started to believe the narrative she had created in her mind, that she simply wasn't built for academic success. The long hours she spent studying felt more like a punishment than a path to knowledge, a heavy burden she carried alone. The breaking point arrived after her midterm history exam. She had prepared for weeks, creating detailed timelines, memorizing lists of dates and names. She walked into the exam hall feeling a flicker of hope, but as she read the first question, her mind went completely blank. The facts she had so painstakingly crammed into her brain seemed to have vanished. Panic began to set in, her heart pounding against her ribs. She scribbled down what she could, but she knew it wasn't enough. The walk home that day felt longer than ever, each step heavier than the last. That evening, staring at her disappointing score, Akari felt a profound sense of defeat. The system she was using, brute force memorization, long unstructured hours of study, was clearly broken. It was exhausting her mentally, physically, yielding nothing but frustration. She realized that doing more of the same would only lead to the same results. Something fundamental had to change. It wasn't about studying harder, it was about studying smarter. But she had no idea where to even begin. She closed her textbook, not with resignation, but with a new, uncertain resolve to find a different way. A few days later, still feeling lost, Akari noticed something different about one of her classmates, a boy named Kaito. Kaito was known for being one of the top students, but he never seemed stressed. He didn't participate in the late-night cramming sessions and was often seen leaving the library at a reasonable hour. Intrigued and a little desperate, Akari gathered her courage and approached him after class. She explained her situation honestly, admitting her frustration and how she felt stuck in a loop of ineffective studying. She expected a complicated answer, a secret talent she could never hope to possess. Instead, Kaito simply smiled and shared his own secret. He told her that he used to struggle too. He explained that his grandfather, a retired professor, had taught him that memory wasn't about force, but about rhythm and structure. It was about working with the brain's natural tendencies, not against them. Kaito didn't have a magic ability. He had a system. He described his day not as a long, draining marathon of studying, but as a series of small, intentional actions. He talked about specific study blocks, the importance of breaks, and a simple review method that kept information fresh in his mind without requiring all-nighters. His explanation was simple, logical, and for the first time, Akari felt a genuine spark of hope. Kaito pulled out a small notebook and sketched out the basic structure of his daily routine. It wasn't a rigid, intimidating schedule. It was a flexible framework. He emphasized that the key wasn't the exact timing, but the consistency of the habits themselves. He spoke of 50-minute focused study sessions, followed by 10-minute breaks for movement. He mentioned a quick 5-minute review of the previous day's notes before starting any new topic. He even described a wind-down ritual before sleep, designed to help the brain sort and store the day's learning. Each component was small and manageable on its own. Akari listened, completely captivated. This was the blueprint she had been searching for. It wasn't a vague piece of advice, it was a concrete, actionable plan. It shifted the focus from the outcome, the grade on a test, to the process itself. The idea was to build a system of habits that naturally led to better memory and understanding. Kaito's secret wasn't about being a genius, it was about being disciplined in a gentle, sustainable way. Akari thanked him, her mind racing with possibilities. That evening, she didn't open her textbook to cram. Instead, she took out a fresh notebook and began to design her new day. Section 3. The first small change. Akari decided not to overhaul her entire life overnight. That would be overwhelming and unsustainable. Following Kaito's advice, she decided to start with just one small change. The next morning, she implemented the 5-minute review. She sat at her clean, organized desk. She took out her notes from yesterday's chemistry lecture. For just 5 minutes, she didn't try to relearn everything. She scanned the key concepts. She scanned the formulas. She scanned the definitions. She read them aloud, quietly. The act felt surprisingly powerful. It created a mental bridge between yesterday and today. She opened her textbook to the new chapter. The concepts didn't feel foreign. The foundation was already there, fresh in her mind. This quick warm-up made new information easier to connect. A tiny investment, 300 seconds, with immediate return. The feeling of being completely lost was gone, replaced by continuity and preparedness. A small victory. The next habit was the focused study block. Kaito called it the 0.1% method. He referred to it as 50-10. Akari set a timer on her phone for 50 minutes. She committed to one task, solving physics problems. She put her phone on silent. She placed it out of reach. When the urge to check a notification came, she reminded herself and returned to focus. When the urge to gaze out the window came, she did the same. The first few times were challenging. When the timer rang, she stopped immediately, even mid-problem. This was crucial. She set another timer for 10 minutes. During the break, she didn't check her phone or sit at her desk. She stood up, she stretched, she walked to the kitchen to get a glass of water, she looked out the window, she let her mind drift. When the 10-minute timer ended, she felt refreshed and ready. This rhythm of intense focus and deliberate breaks prevented the old mental fatigue. Section 4. Building the momentum. With the foundation of review and focused blocks in place, Akari began to layer in another crucial habit: active recall. Previously, her studying had been passive. She would read her notes or the textbook over and over. Kaito had explained that this was one of the least effective ways to build strong memories. True recall comes from actively retrieving information, not just passive review. So, Akari changed her approach. At the end of each study session, she put her notes away and took out a blank sheet of paper. She tried to write down everything she could remember from the 50-minute block. Sketching diagrams, listing key terms, explaining main concepts in her own words, as if teaching someone else. The first attempts were humbling. She was surprised by how little she could recall accurately. The process revealed gaps in her understanding. After the brain dump, she compared the new sheet with her original notes and corrected mistakes. That struggle and correction forged stronger neural pathways. As her confidence grew, she added spaced repetition. Review 1 day after. Review 3 days later. Review 1 week later. Review 1 month later. To manage this, she used systematic flashcards. She made digital flashcards and used an app that scheduled reviews by performance. When she got a card right, the app showed it less often. When she got one wrong, it showed it sooner. This ensured she spent time on what she was weakest on. The system took the guesswork out of reviewing. It guided her. Daily reviews mixed brand new material and older concepts due for refresh. Spaced retrieval kept the information active in her memory. Like tending a garden, regular care prevented the weeds of forgetfulness. Facts became an interconnected network she could access with ease. Section 5. The quiet transformation. The final pieces of Akari's new routine fell into place outside of her direct study time. She began to pay attention to her physical well-being. A sharp mind depends on a healthy body. She incorporated short walks into her day, often during longer breaks between study blocks. A short walk, moving her body and getting fresh air. It cleared her head and improved her mood. She returned to her desk with renewed focus. She made a conscious effort to improve her sleep hygiene. Kaito had explained, sleep consolidates memories and solidifies learning. An hour before bed, she would put away all her screens. Her laptop, her phone, her tablet. Blue light could interfere with sleep quality. Instead, she spent that time doing something relaxing. She read a novel for pleasure. She listened to calming music. She did some light stretching. A simple, soothing ritual signaled it was time to wind down. Her sleep became deeper and more restorative. She started waking up genuinely rested, not groggy and anxious as before. Over the next few weeks, a quiet transformation took place. Akari's days found a new rhythm, structured but not rigid, disciplined but not draining. Her desk stayed neat and tidy, a calm space for focused work. Her study sessions were shorter yet far more productive. Panic and overwhelm began to fade, replaced by control and confidence. She stopped being a passive victim of forgetfulness. She became the architect of her learning. The system was working. The real test, the final exams. Walking into the examination hall, she felt calm and ready. She had not pulled any all-nighters. She had not frantically crammed in the final hours. She had simply followed her routine, day in and day out. When she turned the test paper, the questions looked familiar. Answers came with smooth, clear certainty. She moved through the exam steadily. Information was accessible. Walking out, she wasn't just hoping for a good grade. She knew she had earned it. The system had delivered on its promise. Akari's story isn't magic. It's neuroscience made simple. The first change she made, the 50-minute focused study blocks, is powerful because it respects your brain's limits. Your brain can only maintain peak concentration for a limited time. Think of your focus like a muscle. If you try to lift a heavy weight for hours without a break, your muscle will fatigue and fail. Your ability to concentrate works the same way. By studying in short, intense bursts, you are working with your brain's natural rhythm of attention. This technique, often called the 0.1% method, prevents mental burnout and keeps your learning sharp and efficient. When you commit to a single task for a set period, you are telling your brain what is important. This focused attention is the first crucial step in creating a strong memory, a process called encoding. When you are fully engaged, without the distraction of your phone or other tabs open, your brain encodes the information more deeply and accurately. It's like taking a high-resolution photograph instead of a blurry, out-of-focus one. The information is captured with clarity, making it much easier to recall later. This is why Akari found that her shorter, focused sessions were more effective than her previous all-day study marathons. The 10-minute breaks are just as important as the focused work. During these short rests, your brain gets to switch from focused mode to diffuse mode. This is when it relaxes and makes connections in the background. It's often during these breaks that you have those aha moments, where a difficult concept suddenly clicks into place. By stepping away from the desk, stretching, getting a glass of water, you allow your brain the space it needs to consolidate the information you just learned. This prevents the information from becoming a jumbled mess and helps sort it into your long-term memory. This cycle of intense focus followed by deliberate rest is a sustainable way to learn. It trains your brain to be highly effective when it's time to work and to properly recover when it's time to rest. You avoid the mental exhaustion that leads to procrastination and poor retention. It turns studying from a dreaded, draining activity into a manageable and productive process. Akari wasn't just working smarter, she was training her brain to be a more effective learning machine. Now let's get practical. You've heard Akari's story and the science behind her success. It's time to turn that story into your own step-by-step action plan. The routine begins the moment you wake up. The goal of the morning is not to jump straight into hard work. It is to prime your brain and body for focused learning. This first hour sets the tone for the entire day. A rushed, chaotic morning leads to a distracted, unproductive day. A calm, intentional morning creates a foundation for deep focus and effective recall. Forget hitting snooze and scrolling through your phone in bed. We're building a better way. Your new morning ritual has 3 simple parts. First, hydration. After 7 to 8 hours of sleep, your body is dehydrated. Even mild dehydration can impair focus. So before you do anything else, drink a large glass of water. This simple act rehydrates your body and brain, waking you up far more effectively than a jolt of caffeine. Second, movement. You don't need an intense workout. Just 5 to 10 minutes of light movement is enough. This could be simple stretching, a few yoga poses, or a brisk walk around the block. The goal is to get your blood flowing, delivering fresh oxygen to your brain. The third and most crucial part of the morning ritual is the 5-minute review. This is the exact habit that Akari started with. Before you begin learning any new material, sit down at your clean desk with your notes from the previous day. Set a timer for just 5 minutes. During this time, simply scan the main ideas, key terms, and any formulas or diagrams. Read them out loud if it helps. You are not trying to relearn the material. You are simply activating the neural pathways you formed yesterday. This creates a mental bridge, making it much easier for your brain to connect new information to what it already knows. Here's a simple checklist for your morning ritual. You can write this down and put it somewhere you'll see it every morning. 1. Drink a full glass of water. 2. Move your body for 10 minutes. 3. Review yesterday's notes for 5 minutes. That's it. This entire process takes less than 20 minutes, but it completely changes your mental state. You move from a state of grogginess and distraction to one of clarity, energy, and preparedness. You are no longer fighting against your brain's morning fog. You are working with it, gently guiding it into a state of readiness for a day of effective learning. Information is only powerful when you put it into action. You've spent this time with me learning the what, learning the why. Now it's time for the how. I want to offer you a clear, simple call to action. I challenge you to try this routine for just 1 week, 7 days. That's it. Don't think about doing it for the rest of the semester or the rest of your life. That's too intimidating. Just focus on the next 7 days. Anyone can commit to something for 1 week. This is your chance to run a personal experiment and see for yourself what a difference this system can make in your focus, your confidence, and your recall. Here's your starting point. Don't try to implement everything at once. Just like Akari, start small. For the next 7 days, commit to just 3 core habits from the routine. First, the morning ritual. Every morning, drink a glass of water. Move for 5 minutes. Review yesterday's notes for 5 minutes. Second, the study block blueprint. For just one of your study sessions each day, use the 50-10 method. Set a timer. Focus for 50 minutes. Take a real 10-minute break. Third, the evening wind down. For 1 hour before bed, put your screens away. Do something relaxing. If you found this blueprint helpful and if you're ready to commit to building better routines, then I have one clear request for you. Hit the subscribe button right now. Our channel brings you more powerful science-backed systems like this. Subscribing is the easiest way to not miss our next video, overcoming procrastination and staying motivated. It's the next step in building your academic toolkit. Your subscription is a small click that signals a big commitment. Next, I want you to do 3 quick things that will help both you and the channel. First, like this video. When you press the like button, it tells the YouTube algorithm that this content is valuable. That helps us reach more people just like you who are looking for ways to study smarter, not harder. Second, save this video to your Watch Later playlist. That way, you can easily come back to it before your next big exam or whenever you need a refresher on the routine. Third, click the bell to turn on all notifications. We release new content regularly. By turning on notifications, you'll be the first to know when we release a new guide. Finally, we want to get the conversation started. I want you to scroll down and leave a comment right now. Tell us the #1 habit from this video that you are going to try this week. Whether it's the 50-10 study block, the digital sunset, or the spaced repetition system, sharing your intention makes you more likely to follow through. Let's fill the comments with commitment and inspiration. Let's end where we began. Imagine yourself walking into your next exam. But this time, you are not filled with anxiety. You are not praying that the questions will match the few chapters you managed to cram. Instead, you feel a quiet confidence. You feel prepared. You sit down, take a deep breath, and when you turn over the paper, the information flows. The formulas, the dates, the concepts, they are all there, neatly organized in your mind, ready to be accessed. This feeling is not a fantasy. It is the direct and predictable result of the system you've learned today. It is the payoff for your consistency. It was always about the system, It was about small, intelligent habits stacked on top of each other, day after day, until they created an unstoppable momentum. It was about consistency. It was about process. This is the truth that Akari discovered, and it's the truth that is now available to you. You have the blueprint. You have the step-by-step instructions. You have everything you need to begin. The next time you find yourself thinking, "I'm just not good at this," stop. Replace that thought with a new one. "I just haven't found the right system yet." You now have that system. The only remaining step is the first one. Start your 1-week challenge tomorrow. Thank you for investing your time with me today. Now go and build the unforgettable memory you deserve.